Good morning. This is Breakfast with the Cooks. We're going to wait 1 minute, let everybody get connected, and we're going to start right on time at 10 o'clock. So
10 a.m. sharp.
10 a.m. So give us like 30 seconds, and we will start. We'll start talking. So give us a few minutes here, or a minute.
I just realized we haven't set our clock behind us. We
I
need to
know.
fix that.
Anyway, it's beautiful Saturday morning here in southeast Idaho. It just doesn't get any better than what we've got right now. It's gorgeous outside.
It is. It's beautiful and no wind.
No wind. And we're not going to take a lot of your time because I know Saturday is a sacred day to get everything caught up. And it's 10 a.m. So, welcome. You have just joined Breakfast with the Cooks live on Facebook.
You're so lucky. I'm Sherry, and this is my husband, Kevin, your newly elected senator for District 30, and we could not be happier.
I am excited. I'm excited to go represent you, represent Bonneville County and Boise. And so I really need to know what are some of the issues that you face, some of the concerns you have. I want to hear about them. And if you have some options of how to fix it, I don't have all the answers, but I would love to hear your point of view and get to know you better.
And you can do that still at kevincookforidaho@gmail.com. So if you want to reach out to him, you can also message him on Facebook and go to his website, kevincookforidaho.com. Or again, email kevincookforidaho@gmail.com. Email him. Let him know what your questions, concerns are, what you'd like to see him do.
Yeah. I need to know. You know, if I'm representing you, it's not everything I want to do. It's what you want to do.
The constituents of District 30.
Yeah.
So you've had a lot go on since our last Facebook Live in October. We're now in November. You've met with a few teachers. You met with you've attended the Idaho Falls City Council meeting.
Yes, that was interesting. So Mayor Casper, she is very, very efficient. She runs a lot of business through her city council meetings, and that was very impressive. But I just happened to be there, and I hadn't planned that, but I'd happened to be there the night that they had voted on the UAMPS project. And if you're not familiar about that, you really should look into this. It will affect you, and I believe it will affect you for the positive.
Wait, do they know what UAMPS even stands for?
Well, UAMPS stands for, I have that written down somewhere. No, I don't. It's a carbon-free project, though. It is to bring in a nuclear plant and to produce power. And you might say, well, wait a minute, we've got the dams, we dam up the rivers and make reservoirs and make power plants. We've got these great big, beautiful windmills up on the mountainside and solar energy.
Beautiful windmills.
Well, the truth of it is the windmills and the solar, they wouldn't be there if the government wasn't putting out money for those. Those are very inefficient. But I'm not saying that, everything has its place, that's fine. But nuclear is the future. And let me do full disclosure here. I am employed by the Idaho National Laboratory. And yes, I believe that they will benefit from this. However, my field of profession is so many layers behind the nuclear plant that I don't think I will see a penny because of it. But anyway, this project brings together several cities, multiple cities together to fund and produce this nuclear plant. The thing that's different about this is I want you to think about the old days. If you were your great-great-grandfather, if he wanted to purchase a rifle or a car, they would build it uniquely for him, okay? It wasn't on a manufacturing line where they turned out thousands of exactly the same model, but they would make it. And so if you broke something on your car and you needed a new fender, or you broke something on your rifle, they would build you the piece that would fit to your vehicle or to your gun. Different about this is for this nuclear UAMPS project is they want to manufacture these small modular nuclear reactors in a factory, put them on a trailer and haul them off and bring them here to Idaho and hook them up into the grid. And so it's kind of exciting to see what they can do. These reactors are small. They are almost impossible to have a meltdown accident like we've seen in years past. The neat thing is that you can up the energy output or lower it depending on the need. So if we stick with the windmills or the solar energy, the sun goes down and the wind stops blowing in Idaho, which is hard to believe, but it may. And all of a sudden you need the power. Well, these small modular reactors are very easily to lower the rods to produce more energy. And then when the wind kicks up or the sun comes up, you can decrease the amount of output. So it's really exciting. It's expensive, but it's something I believe our country needs to do. And here's the really cool thing is the DOE, Department of Energy, they have pumped in, I believe, and don't quote me on the numbers, but I think it's correct, $1.6 billion, that's with a B, billion dollars to support this project. And so I think it's the future. I really do. I'm excited about it.
All right, so we just had the general election here. Do you want to talk about that just a bit?
Well,
or are we going to skip over it?
No. So the one thing I would like to say, here in Idaho, we've had some Democrats running against Republicans. You don't see that very often. And I've had friends say, you know what, would it be so terrible if I voted for a Democrat because I don't like the Republican? Well, there's more to that. There is a platform that the individual represents. And so when you say, well, I don't like that person, I'm going to go vote with the Democrat Party because I like that person, I'm asking you to look a little bit deeper. Look at the platform that they represent, because that really drives their position on different situations. And so you need to think about that. Now, I have friends that are Democrats. I respect them. They're good people. They're not evil. They love our nation and they pledge allegiance to our flag. And I can talk to them about politics without getting mad, without character assassination.
Right.
I don't need to do that or call them names. And in fact, in some instances, I can learn from them. But I'm just asking you to look a little bit deeper. Look a little bit deeper on the platform that they represent and think about that. Because you might really enjoy the person that's running as a Democrat, but really think about what they represent. So,
that one YouTube with the governors from Utah. I don't know how many of you saw that, but that was really neat, showing that the governor, the Democrat governor who was running, the Republican governor who was running, how they just said, hey, we just stand for different things. We both love our nation. We both love our state. We just want to go about it in different ways. And I thought that was a great representation of how people from both parties can work together and see the good in each other.
It can work together. It was just because it was one ad, and both of the Democrat and the Republican were doing the ad together. And they weren't throwing tomatoes at each other. They were talking about it, and they just says that they believe that Utah's a great place and they have different views on how to make that. And that's true with the Republican Democrats. But again, I would say, read the platform. Make sure you know what they stand for. And if you don't believe in the platform, then maybe you need to consider who you're going to vote for. So.
All right, well, we're still waiting to hear the results of the presidential election.
We are, and who knows when we're going to hear that. A lot of people say, well, just let it go. Just be done with it. But I guess my feel on that is if there is some corruption, and we've certainly heard a lot of corruption over the years, the past 8 years, we've heard a lot of things come out, corruption. Well, I believe if there is corruption, then we need to root it out, and we need to prosecute those that are found guilty and be done with it. This country, this nation can't survive on corruption, especially if it's at the highest level of our government.
Any level of government.
Yeah. If we've got elections and we can't trust our elections, then we got some problems. We need to figure that out. And so I'm in favor of that. rooting it out, figuring out what's going on. My one big concern is to make sure that we're not part of the problem, that we're part of the solution. And so what I mean by that is anybody can go make a video nowadays and put it on Facebook, and here we are on Facebook. Or
Well, they can alter it like we had
Yeah.
in the primary.
you can take whatever you want and put a message out there, and slant things to the right or to the left, however you want. And you can look at it and say, oh, it's got to be true because I Googled it and Google doesn't lie, and so it's there and it's true. And then we get that message and we pass it on to everybody else. And so then we become a part of the problem. I think we need to do our own homework. We need to research, find out the truth and find out what it is. And when we do that, then let's put the message out there. Let's fix this corruption crap that's going on, but let's do it the right way and do it together. And that's where I'm at. And so I hope we have a president quickly, and that our country can get back to doing good and being the great nation that we are. I just want to leave you with a quote that really impressed me. This is by M. Russell Ballard, and he said, and I quote, no matter how you pray or to whom you pray, please exercise your faith, whatever your faith may be, and pray for this country, for our leaders, for our people, and for the families that live in this great nation founded by God. End of quote. We're at a tipping point in this nation. We're at a critical point. And whatever your faith is, I would encourage you to pray about it, to see if we can get some Lord's help involved here. We have a great nation. I am so grateful to be able to live in the United States of America, and for the freedoms and the privilege that we enjoy. And
We're truly blessed.
yeah, we are.
Well, we said we wouldn't keep them all Saturday morning.
No, we want you to
Especially
enjoy
on
it.
such a beautiful day.
Yes, yeah. So we'll be back December 5th at 10 a.m. So just so you know, November 30th, I'm going back to Boise, and there I will be trained and oriented and told what I'm supposed to be doing and how to do it and all the ins and outs. And so we'll have some good news coming back. I'll be sworn in that Thursday as the Senate into the session. And so
Do you think that will be? I bet that's live somewhere.
it could be live. So look at it, and I'll give you a big smile out to you. But Saturday, December 5th, 10 a.m., we'll be back here with Breakfast with the Cooks, and we'll have some interesting, good news to share with you. But this is Breakfast with the Cooks live on Facebook. Join the movement. Join us, and together we'll put Idaho first.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much, guys.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.